without him, this paradigm want to stay in your life. If you don't fix it, you're going to meet another guy and you're going to repeat the same thing. Because your mother, she faced the same thing than you. And your grandmother faced the same thing than you. Then where comes from the problem? From your husband? He has stuff to fix, of course. But in your life, if you don't fix this paradigm and you quit this guy, you will reproduce the same thing if you don't confront the source, the root of this problem. It's normal to want to have your money to fulfill yourself, to build your life, to want to make your money, to fulfill your dream. That's fine. But when I ask her, what do you want to do? You accuse him, fine, okay. But what do you want? She didn't know. I said, if you leave him,
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Where's your money going to come from?
Who is going to be the next person responsible for your situation, to be victim all the time? You need to overcome this paradigm.
That's right.
You need to realize this is a paradigm. You cannot overcome something that you don't identify. Then if you didn't realize this pattern, you can accuse everybody around you. You're never going to fix the problem, and you're going to recreate this problem.
A lot of women out there, down the line, their husband left with another woman, couple kids down the line. She had no career, stay-at-home mom, and all of a sudden he's leaving with somebody else. And she's on the street with practically not much. Now, we see a lot of that. So you were saying to your client that if this is what you want to do, let's find out first, right? Number one, let's find out what you want. Because if he leaves, or if you leave, where are you going? You don't even know where the money's going to come from. You got no career. So if you'll be much more a helper and overall in your family, with your kids, with your husband, if you got some kind of side hustle, you're working, you're bringing in money, and now you're more independent. What happens when we do that? The woman, she calms down. She's not dependent of the husband. He goes haywire. She has something to fall back on. And the financial thing, she has her bank account. He has his bank account. We did this thing we're supposed to do. We build a kingdom. It's 50-50 all the way. But let's say they don't want to do that. But at least she's building something strong in her life that anything happens, he dies tomorrow, or he leaves with another woman, she's got something to fall back on, which is her finances. Then she can pay for her kids. She can still keep not downsizing the lifestyle she has. She has to be in a position where it's not even money. They can be best friends. They can be a good couple without fighting for money. And both are independent. There's a king and a queen.
Yeah, you just said something important, because a majority of couples, they're going to say, I don't want to repeat the same thing than my parents. I want a different kind of relationship, marriage, but they don't know how to build this relationship. This paradigm, this force will work behind the scene to repeat the same result, knowing or don't knowing, wanting or not. Yeah. This force will reproduce by themselves, and they don't build a couple, a relationship built on a royal mindset, kingdom mindset. And this is why they cannot rule together to take territory. And they work against each other instead to rule together, to build something, an empire together.
That's very good.
And this is the pattern they're going to face. Maybe it's going to be different a little bit their parents, but they're going to still have the same kind of issues and battle.
You got to build, we're creators, so you got to build the lifestyle. When you were looking at your parents, let's come back to that. I wish this was our lifestyle in the family, right? But what's holding you back? There's nothing holding you back. Whatever, you're married right now, or you're going to get married, or you just, have a good relationship, and you're wondering what you're going to do with it. Well, why don't you create the film that you want? Hollywood creates films. Why don't you create your film? You wish you had that. Okay, what's holding you back? Just do it.
Yes.
Just create it.
Yeah.
Put everything, go through the process, put everything back where it's supposed to be. And then those cycles, just replace them by new cycles.
See, it's very tricky, because sometimes you say, okay, I'm not going to, like the big picture, I'm not going to do that. But finally, you're trapped in the same kind of pattern.
Yeah.
And you think, wow, why am I there right now? What happened? A lot of women, I believe, that they're not conscious, but now when you learn the information, you can be more conscious and work on it. But a lot of women from generation, they decided to leave something that they can have the family, the marriage, to not be fulfilling.
I'm going to sacrifice something.
I'm going to sacrifice my vision, my dream, my profession.
Yeah.
for my husband, for my family. But finally, at the end of the day, they're not fulfilled. They're
miserable.
not satisfied.
They're miserable.
And they are acting like unsatisfied all the time. The husband tried to please her and and she's not fulfilled. And everybody has to do something. And because she's not fulfilled, she's unsatisfied all the time. And what is happening is she's not creating her happiness anymore, and she repeats the same kind of situation than her mother and the generation before. And this is why we need to change our mindset. Then you can have it all, and you don't have to leave something to get something else. You can create the life of your dream. You can have it all. But look at the generation before. How many people in the generation in your bloodline before had success and were happy in marriage and really was satisfied with their life? Still today, 85% of the population, they're not happy with their life. See, this is why we have a big problem in the marriage. People, they're not happy with themselves, how they can be happy together.
You see, with all the technology today, all the apps, all the whatever, in gym, marriages, and they still haven't fixed these cycles. There's nothing really out there to really put couples back together. With all the technology, all the courses, all the meetups and conferences, we still have the highest divorce rate ever. So we're making more money, or we got more technology, but still, you need the experts that are going to come. That's what we do in life. Whatever it's a single woman coming in, having problems with her relationships or money or marriage, we put things back together because everything's cyclical. If something's going wrong in your life, there's a bad cycle.
Absolutely. And some people, they have a lot of bad cycle in their life.
Yeah.
And some people, they have less bad cycle.
Yeah.
And some people, they come from a family that were very happy in their relationship. Then in the bloodline, they don't have really this problem. But when we come from a family there, they were fighting all the time, division, all kind of problem, alcohol, addiction, violence, abuse. And now you want to be happy in marriage. You're going to have some resistance. And if you don't identify this resistance, they're going to work against you behind the scene. And you have to, after you identify, you have to know how to fight this resistance. You have to learn how to overcome this paradigm, because everything that is not fixed will be transferred. Then if you don't fix that in your life, guess what? It's going to be transferred. You know what is amazing? What we discovered together 24 years ago, and we still work on it because we progress, and it's so much better, and it's amazing today. The fact that we work together, we do everything together in partnership.
And we teach this to people, we coach them.
Exactly. What we learn is we're not like a robot. We are human. We have emotion. We have feeling. We have reaction. We
challenges.
Have mindset. We face challenges. We face storms. Then when we learn that and we learn how to destroy this paradigm, it's help us to change each of us and have the happy marriage we wanted. But everything was working behind the scene to destroy this marriage. You know, we receive in the traditional therapy and advices, we receive so many bad advices. Then we were better to divorce, we're not fit to be together. And we realized, no, this is not her love for each other. It was this paradigm working behind the scenes against us and want to repeat the same thing in her relationship and her family.